Morning traders, what's going on? I'm remarking a couple of my levels real quick, copying them over. I don't know what was going on with my trading view this morning, but for some reason my computer lost my levels, but they're still on my phone, so I'm copying them over real quick. Good morning, good morning. So, game plan that I shared in Discord was watching for shorts. This kind of gold level right here was the high volume node that was created yesterday that I was thinking that we could stay below. And that's actually been a decent area of resistance all night, really. It floated up a little bit above that during the Asia session, but then quickly rejected previous day high. And then since then, it's stayed at that resistance. And recently this morning, it rejected from there pretty good. So shorts are definitely what I'm leaning towards. This right here, I was not at my computer, so missed this trade. That would have been a perfect entry. I was sharing in my Discord that was an A+ setup. There was lots of confluence there. So top of the high volume node, also value area high from yesterday's New York session. So that would have been a great entry. But I'm okay with missing it because it confirms my bias of looking for shorts. So really just looking for a pullback, maybe to something up there and then reject further. But we shall see. I'm kind of hoping that the market doesn't just open straight down and we miss a short opportunity. That's what I'm hoping for. Let's look at the RTH hours. Where was the close? Maybe get a little bit of a bounce to a gap fill or something like that. Could be something to be aware of. We're not too far from that right now. Kind of that general area. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Hopefully it's helping you. I've heard some people say they're learning stuff, which is cool. I'm happy to help. And then some people just like having someone to, I don't know, help them with patience, I guess. Honestly, that's actually why I started doing the live trading, was to help with patience and kind of a little bit of accountability for myself. Because, when you're sitting by yourself at your computer, it's, at least for me, it's easier to kind of tilt or revenge trade or overtrade or whatever, or takes more of those dumb trades. But my thought when I first started these lives months ago was, if people are watching, maybe I won't do stupid stuff. So if it helps, I'm glad. What is going on? My trading view is being weird. All my indicators on the left side over here are gone too. I don't need any of them, but still annoying. All right, market's open in about 2 minutes. That little line right there is the RTH gap. If we get a little pump up to that and start to reject there, so I'd be watching, that's also value area low, so possibly something there. Otherwise, back into this region right here. So hoping we get a little pullback or a move up before the rejection and it doesn't just go straight down. That is the plan. Yeah, I don't know what I did. I must have clicked something weird on my trading view. I swear I didn't, but something's up. So if anyone knows how to get my like favorites bar, the indicators back over there, let me know in the chat. I can't even, I'm wondering if it's something with TradingView because I can't even click my indicator thing right here. It just says favorite indicators and it's thinking. When I'm in profit on a trade, I don't move my stop loss. May I ask why? It depends on the trade. I do move my stop loss generally, try to protect profits, but I don't move it too quick. I usually wait for it to pass some sort of structure or something. Or wait until it gets far enough away that I don't want it to come back. Something like that. All right, market's opening down. Coming right down to previous day low. Not opposed to a quick little scalp from there, long, if it comes down to previous day low and bounces. But I'm also looking for shorts today, so it would just be something small. The market is open, right? What in the world? ES won the race to previous day low. Yep. It is 9:30. Oh my gosh. This is such a slow open. What is going on? Yeah, Stockfather resetting it. That's my thought too. But I just had to redo all my levels because something happened where they got lost. It was on my phone, but not on my computer. So I had to like copy them over. So I'm afraid if I hit the reset button, I'm going to lose all that again. So I'm just going to keep it this way and figure it out afterwards. So again today, looking for shorts until proven otherwise. I would like to get some sort of pullback before entering shorts. But like I said, I'm not opposed to a quick little scalp off of previous day low if it looks like it's going to bounce. Coming down to it. Interesting. Came down to it and not showing signs of bouncing. All right. I'm glad I didn't have a limit order set on my funded accounts on that one. That just went straight through it. I'm a little bummed that we didn't get a pullback at the open. And that I feel like I missed that entry up there when I wasn't at my computer. But that was the level I had marked off. That was the trading plan. Oh, frustrating. Yeah. RTH gap fill, move back to VWAP, like any pullback would have been nice. We got nothing. So it's definitely on its way to go fill the gap. That's what it feels like. But I can't chase this thing. The gap fill, I think, is all the way down to this level, right? My gold level, yeah. 25,540. Is that going to happen today? That's 400 more points from where we're at now. So that was pretty much the open all the way down to there. 565 points. Holy cow. I took some great trades during Asia last night, so I'm not in a hurry to like make money today. I'm okay with it. I don't want to chase this thing because as soon as I enter a short, it's going to bounce. Get in and trail my stop loss? No, seriously. As soon as I just enter a short, it's going to bounce. Happens every time. I've learned my lesson on that. So that one time that it does keep going down and I get lucky, I don't want that to like reinforce it in my brain because then I'll be like, oh, I should chase more often. Don't want to reinforce bad behavior. What did I trade during Asia? So, Hector, I actually am going to do a trade recap video later today after I'm done trading. Like I was saying a couple minutes ago, something happened with my trading view chart where I lost whatever layout I had saved. So all of the trades that I placed on my trading view are not here anymore, but they're on the layout that's on my phone. It's the weirdest thing because it's the same account. So basically I need to copy and paste them over and then I'll record a video for you guys. But I basically was just using the New York session volume profile. There were some really clean trades off of those levels. Yeah, getting in short at previous day low, that's a tough one though, because NQ likes to do fake out liquidity grabs. So yeah, in this instance, we ended up just going straight through it, but we just could have easily like dropped, 20, 30 points below and then quickly wicked up before continuing down. So again, that's one of those gambling things that I wouldn't have wanted to chase it because I wouldn't have had a clear stop loss. I guess it would have been one of those trades where you could have just given yourself like a 20-point stop loss or whatever, a certain number, and not put your stop loss based on a like a higher high, lower low price action kind of stop loss. That's what I normally do. See, all of you guys telling me just to market order in short, and this is where it starts to stall. Watch, we're going to get a bounce here. And I would have ended up losing money on that trade. That was kind of a funny open. So the first Remember, like 3 minutes into the open, I was like, what the heck? Did the market even open? It's not going anywhere. And then it dropped. So far we have a pretty big range. 186 points in the first 12, 13 minutes. It was just putting everyone to sleep real quick first. Oh, Verisat. Playing with knives. That's brave. Getting a pretty good bounce here. We are below the anchored VWAP from the CPI candle. I have it on the chart that you guys can't see because my template didn't save. But we just broke below it. So far, this is our 15-minute opening range low. Still have a couple more seconds, but it looks to be the low for now. Decent bounce. Where are we headed? So possible spot for a rejection could be previous day low. If we come back up there, watch for a short there possibly. That was a pretty clean liquidity grab over here and bounce. Let's see if it rejects previous day low or if it's just going to be that liquidity grab, bounce, and then reclaim. ES is back above previous day low. Dang, that was a strong bounce. If that ends up being the bottom, I'll be surprised, honestly. I mean, that was a decent level there. But if we're going to fall that hard, there's lots of bigger levels lower, in my opinion. See what happens up here. 15-minute opening range high. Jeez, you guys. I would not have expected it to bounce all the way back up to opening range high. Did anyone take a long? Curious to hear if anyone caught that towards the bottom. There you go, Waffles. Good job. I definitely missed it. I was watching for lower. I wouldn't have thought to long there. All right, let's see what happens at the opening range high. This definitely could break out to the upside and fill that RTH gap before coming back down. So I'm not going to short immediately at the high. Still leaning towards shorts though. I mean, that was a really big bounce. But the overall trend is still down. For today at least. I mean, if you zoom out to like, that's always an argument. Like, what time frame are you talking about? Because if I zoom out to like the daily or the weekly, looks a little different. Yeah, good reminder. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button. And if you're new here, subscribe and join our Discord. The link is in the description. If you can't find it, let me know. So if we break out to the upside over the top of this range, a possible like fake breakout could be RTH gap fill and then down. Kind of watching for that scenario. We'll see though. If this thing just remains bullish and goes back to all-time highs, then I'm definitely wrong. Peeking outside the top of the range a little bit. What's it gonna be, NQ? Where are we going? Still no closure above the top of the range for now. It's slowing down a lot up here. What are you guys thinking, chat? Was that the bottom, or are we just getting a little pullback to continue lower? It's struggling up here. I'm debating on if I want to short now or wait for the gap fill. It's struggling here. There's RTH fill. I'm trying to quick scalp short. I'm not convinced that we're going way down, but RTH fill just going back down towards VWAP. Yeah, there's definitely something weird going on with my trading view. It's not letting me use the short position tool either. I click and it just doesn't do anything. I'll have to reboot it when I'm done trading. Weird. This definitely could go further, but I'm just looking to get out quick. Just scalping today. Made my profits in earlier trades, so I'm good with this. If it plays out. Cool. So with that being such a big bounce off of a liquidity grab level, I could see this going up further. So I could be wrong with my short bias. That's why I kind of just got out quick. So if we're going to see more upside, I could see us bouncing at the New York anchored VWAP, which is about in the 2650s. So it could come down a little bit further. But with how big of a bounce that was, how much volume that was, I could see it coming all the way back up to the overnight levels, like London high, Asia high. Not convinced that we'll have new all-time highs today, but more upside for sure. Look at me scalping. You guys should be proud. I always say, I'm not a scalper. I like to wait and hold positions for longer. I'm not good at scalping. What's up? W's in the chat for a scalp for Krista. Verisat, come on. Aren't you proud of me? To be honest, that is something that I need to get better at. I journal my trades and like review them. And one area of weakness for me is waiting for the bigger move and getting stopped out at break even, or hitting my trailing stop loss and losing out on a lot of unrealized profits. So that's something that I'm trying to get better at and perfect, and be okay with taking those base hits. Like this trade worked out because it ended up bouncing. I ended up getting out pretty much at the bottom, so it was a great trade. The part that I struggle with is if this trade ended up going like all the way back down to the bottom of the range, I'm like, dang, I just missed out on 100 points. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. You know, that's the stuff that I struggle with. So I need to get better at just, that's all right. I took my share, move on to the next. So Verisat, the happy medium that I have come up with, and I'm still perfecting it. I don't have like a specific system. I want to have a system and not have it be discretionary. What I'm coming up with, or what I've been doing, is scaling out. So let's say I enter with 5 contracts. I'll take off either 40 or 60% of my position at a quick, like the first level. So that would be the scalp. And then I leave 1 or 2 contracts for the runner. That way I can kind of have the happy medium of, okay, at least I secured some profits and I'm not going to get $0 and get stopped out at break even, but I'm also not going to miss out on the bigger move if it does end up going 100 points. Best of both worlds. So I think that is going to be the sweet spot for me. Yeah, just like you said in the comments, just hold a runner. So sometimes I use limits. I've done it more often over the last couple of weeks. Usually I just market order. All right, that New York anchored VWAP is down. It's moved up a little bit, like 2662. So if this thing is going to bounce and have more upside, that would be a good spot to bounce. If not anchored VWAP, then previous day low. So a good reclaim of previous day low would definitely be a good indication that there's going to be more up, in my opinion. Oh, you're talking about you're taking profit. I thought you meant entering trades. For take profits, I do use limits. Yeah, I don't mark it out unless something changes to where I'm like, oh, it's looking weak. I don't want to be in a long anymore. I'll just close it or whatever. But that's very rare. Usually I place limit orders. I think placing limit orders helps me take the emotion out of it. Because then I just, like, I set an order at a level that I feel like is the next support and resistance or some key level. Like, there's a reason that I want this to be my take profit, and I just put it there and I let the trade play out. I think if I was doing market orders, it would just be based on P&L. And it would be all based on emotion. Like, oh, I made a couple $100. Should I close out here? Should I get more? Like, it would be based on greed and emotion, and that would get messy for me. So setting my take profits and just letting the trade play out, that helps me be a lot more level-headed and patient about it. All right, we got 20 minutes left until the initial balance is set. As of now, this is our initial balance high. Let's see where this thing goes. Well, it looks like I could have held it a little bit longer, but that's all right. Coming down towards previous day low. Let's see if it holds. If it doesn't hold, then short bias confirmed. Bouncing right now off of the New York anchor view up. Good bounce. So this is a really well-known setup with someone that I've followed for a while, is the fake 15-minute opening range breakout, come back and retest the anchored view up, and then the true move up. So I'm pretty sure he would be taking this trade right now. Let's see if it plays out. Even just back to the initial balance high, that would be a 90-point move. This is a big range. Definitely lots of money to be made, even with sizing down. I mean, you saw the scalp that I took. It looked like a really tiny trade. Only 3 contracts, 3 MNQ, and it was a $400 trade. So quick money to be made. Oh, man. Look at that. Good clean bounce right off of anchored VWAP. $400 with one micro. I love that. One of the guys that actually got me into futures, and I worked with him as a mentor for a while, just kind of on my trading psychology, Joey Morgan. He is a big preacher on using micros. Because you can still make so much money. I think we get caught up in all the YouTube, like, Lambo influencer money where they're like, I made $400,000 this month. So we just think that we need to like size up. And if I'm not making $4,000 today, then I ain't trading. But I don't know. Maybe I'm different. I just want to be normal, you know, like $1,000 a day is huge. So imagine trading one micro and then you have $200 to $400 in profit trading that one micro, and you copy trade across 3 to 5 accounts. Like for most people, and the cool thing about it is that can be done in an hour, 2 hours. So imagine replacing your 9 to 5 salary. Depending on how much you make, that could be more than your 9 to 5. And now you're working 2 hours a day. That's the kind of thing that gets me excited about trading. Not making $400,000 a month driving a Lamborghini. If I made $1,000 a day, working 2 hours a day, that's what I'm talking about. What's up, G-Man? I took a little scalp short for something's going on with my trading view, so my short position tool wasn't working, but had my position up there. IB high, where it's at right now, that was pretty much exactly at the RTH gap. So took a short there, just grabbed like 50 points off of it or so. Looks like it's continuing down. Like I was saying, if it doesn't hold this previous day low and it goes lower, short continuation could be the story for today. I like that rule, Verisat. Proving to yourself that you have the discipline to stick with one micro, and probably getting your confidence back too. All right. You guys are making me curious about what's going on. So we got gold. Dang. My goodness. When did that all start? That was pretty much at the New York Open. Yeah, I'm with you, G-Man. I know there's a debate because gold officially opens at like 7:20, something like that. But the real move often happens at the 9:30 open. So, weird. Anyway, yeah, that was a good move. Waffles is talking about YM. Oh my gosh. I don't know enough about YM to even understand why it's so opposite. Obviously, it's made up of totally different components, but is it inversely correlated to NQ and ES? Or is it not correlated at all? Because YM was something where you could have just market ordered in long and made money, and NQ and ES were the opposite. It was no stopping the shorts. See, you guys, look at that. I had my template saved. I scrolled away and was looking at gold and YM, and now I come back to NQ and all my levels are gone. That's annoying. I'm glad I'm done trading. All my accounts are locked out anyway. So dumb. You traded paper trading with YM? Yeah, so if YM is supposed to be moving together, why the heck did it go straight up? That's so weird. And it's still up. Like, it's kind of consolidating, but it hasn't dropped. And NQ is definitely looking bearish. All right, you guys. I think I'm going to call it early on the stream today, honestly. I took that one trade, took some trades last night on Asia. Don't think I'm going to be trading anymore today. I'm also quite frustrated with my trading view. You guys saw it happen. I scrolled away for 1 second, came back, all my lines are gone. So I probably shouldn't be trading since I'm frustrated with it. And did 2 streams yesterday, so I'm going to figure out what's going on with my trading view, get that all fixed, and then I'll do a trade recap for you guys. You guys have a fantastic day. I'll talk to y'all later.